Dark Tor event. Here's what I'm doing to deal with it because quite frankly, the bosses in that portal are causing problems. Let's get to the video. Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a Knighthood video. In this video, I'm going through the Dark Tor. This will be like probably part 1 of 2 because there's 2 aspects of the Dark Tor event that I kind of want to get to. And in this one, it's going to cover more of the heroes, and then the next video, which will come out in a week, will be more about the villains in the portal itself, and then also the villainess in the roaming that's part of the roaming monster. But regardless of, in this event. And actually, it was reminiscent because I saw Dark Tor. I was like, what is that? And it was like, oh, wait, last year, that is when I think I started the game right thereabouts. And that's when I got one of the heroes there, who was actually a pretty awesome hero through that event. They're not giving you shards from him in this event. They're giving you of a different one, and I'll show you him as well. But I really liked him. His name was Garon. I'll show you his as well. So I'm going to go through these heroes that I can use in Dark Tor, or who are Dark Tor heroes. And then I'll give you kind of the approach. Now, the first problem that we run into, and actually before I do those in terms of the heroes, the first problem we run into is I've changed all of my gear here, as you can see, to cult. That's because there's going to be cult and military or militia in Dark Tor, or there is right now. So I'm trying to build up my defenses against them. However, like 2 of their bosses or one of their bosses lays down this doom debuff that literally just sits on you and then boom, and it takes out like half of your health. So part of what I'm doing with the heroes is that I'm leaning heavily towards support heroes for this in terms of like healing and stuff. And that's still not enough to keep up with them. But we'll go into it anyway. Gerbert, he is a unique hero. And the thing that makes him hopefully good in this event is 1, positive affinity towards cult. He does more damage against them. Secondly, he also has regenerate, which is the chance to put regenerate on you, which it always happens. And then it restores approximately 6,000 in health for 3 turns, so 6,000 each turn. Now, this is not a whole lot, but that 18,000 is actually going to be, hopefully, helpful whenever you get around to using it. And then on his rage power, it lays down acid and it's great, and it does do damage against the cult. However, for me, it's especially good because I have my axe set up versus cult, but also to where it does more damage against enemies who have acid on them. So that's twofold for me. I'm laying down acid, so that acid is going to do damage. It's also positive affinity, or actually threefold. Positive affinity against cult, that damage itself because of that hero. And then on top of it, my axe is going to do more damage because it's set up to do more damage against acid. So there is that. So I do like Gerbert, or using Gerbert in this event. The next one I'll tell you about, let me go and just switch him up now. And I don't know if this was a wise decision. This was Ashard. Now, his heals are better, and it's one of those, like, I was very, very just, like, low on him because his heals weren't so great. And even now, he gives, like, 9 to 10,000 on his hero base power. Now, the problem with that, for me, is that Gerbert is still better because his will come around every, like, other turn. Every other set of turns that I get. Whereas Gerbert, if I put that on me, then I have that 6,000 happening every turn. And then when his turn comes back up, every turn I'm getting 6,000. So it's like every turn every set of turns I'm getting 6,000 in heals. Whereas with him, it's like every other. So it's still going to equal out to basically 18,000. And with that, for Gerbert, I'm actually attacking someone in the back row and doing damage and then getting the regenerate. With him, all he does is the heal, and he removes the negative status effects. However, it didn't remove that doom, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I tried it several times, and I still fell using him because his heals couldn't really keep up with that doom, and then on top of it, he wasn't purging it away. Now, his Scales of Fate, the rage power ability, seems to do a ton of damage in PvP, but whenever I try to use it, and granted, he's only 2-star, he's still level 55, so I still have work to do on him, but whenever I try to use that ability, doesn't do as much damage. So not sure that he's going to be entirely incredibly useful for me, but I do need heals to help sustain. Now, going into the Dark Tor heroes, first one I'll just give to you is Garan, which basically he was like the first hero that I got, one of the first. He's even in the open if you check him out. His powers are Pure Impact, which is you deal damage and it delays the power of your current target. So that means it delays their base hero power. That would work well against bosses. And then on his Rage power ability, he does lay down acid on everyone, which again would be useful in the scenario because he has a positive affinity towards cult. So you have acid being laid down on everyone. Then you also have someone who's strong against cult who's going to be laying damage down on cult, basically. So the only thing stopping me from using him is the fact that I already have Gaber who does the same thing. Now it says deals 1% damage for 3 turns. Wait, 1.0, oh no, 1,096. I was like 1%. It is way more than 1%. Sorry. All right, so anyway, going on down to the next. Now this one, I don't use him. Caliban. He has 1 star right now, which fine and dandy. I'm not saying he's necessarily bad, and I'm going to use this event to try to get more of his shards so I can get him up to level 2, hopefully 3 by the end of the event. But he lays down weaken, great. He lays it down on the back row. So that means that those who are weakened aren't going to be able to hit you as hard. It reduces their damage by 35%, I believe. Yeah, 35% for 3 turns. And then deals damage 2,000 to 4,000 damage to all enemies, restores your health or armor by the same amount on his rage ability, which is Denise Macabre. Sure. Sure. But, and I do like that ability, and the more I think about it, maybe I should be using him a little bit more, especially since that he has a positive affinity towards militia. Maybe I should be using Caliban a bit more. He'll give me heals on that rage ability. I could pair him with Gaber. Gaber's doing the heals on his base hero ability. And then Caliban is using the weaken on the back row as well, so that way they can't do as much damage. Neither one of them is attacking the front row. That would all be left to me and my knight. And then I could also heal on the rage ability from Caliban. But then this also means that there's no auto team. I'm going to have to use the rage ability itself because rage doesn't happen if you run them on auto. All right, so then that's Caliban. And then lastly is a tune that I was looking forward, or that I am looking forward to working on. And that is, where are you, bro? I got his shards. I unlocked him, leveled him up a little bit. I think he looks awesome. But I haven't had much opportunity to use him. That's I would say Samuel, but Samuel? Sure. Samuel. And now I need to review his abilities. Deals damage to enemies on the front row and delays the enemy's power. We like to see it. That's the same thing that Garan does. And then distributes damage across all enemies for his rage ability. So he just deals damage in a strong versus acid, which is a good thing to know. He already has a positive matchup or does more damage against enemies that have acid on them. I kind of want to take him level 50. At least, just to test him out, see how he goes. But I still have Alazar that I could take level 60. I still have Gabriel that I could take level 60. And I don't know if I want to use the resources on a legendary hero when I have the unique one sitting there that could help. However, I do think I'm definitely going to be happy to get as many of his shards as possible and get him up to 6-star, and probably even use him more than those unique heroes, because he might just be outright strong. I'm going to have to play test them and check that out. However, those are the heroes of Dark Tor. That is my like kind of strategy right now. Is either I have to do an insane amount of damage out of the gate, or I need to be able to sustain myself and heal and keep giving myself heals and heals and heals as I go through this, because that debuff, that Doom debuff, is no joke. So, thank you guys for watching. I drop KnightHood videos every Thursday. So please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Buy me a coffee, help support the channel. Also comment below, let me know the things that you want to hear about on KnightHood. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. I'll see you next time.